Ah. Summer has finally come to Britain! Ah, it's about bloody time. Anyway. I wonder what everyone else is doing. Hey!
Roll! Incoming!
Do not fool me, not amused, you! How do you say?
Not to mention a duck.
You crazy? Yes, that is
Loser.
what I say.
No.
Everybody out! See that?
Hi.
Well then. Guess it's my turn then.
I ain't touching that.
Cartoon Network in the late 90s to the early 2000s were one of the best parts of my childhood. With many great cartoons like Dexter's Laboratory, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Cow and Chicken, Johnny Bravo, Samurai Jack, Powerpuff Girls, What a Cartoon, and many, many more. But one cartoon that stuck out of all of them for me was, of course, nice try, but I might get to it sooner or later because I have actually reviewed the series and I'm a huge fan of the Titans. But for now, let's get right back into the review. Where the hell am I? No, the series I was going to mention is Ed, Edd and Eddy. Now this show was awesome, funny, and goddamn that theme song is catchy as hell. Funny to think that the creator did this as a dare and turned into one of the classic cartoons ever. Now I would love to talk about the show itself and all its beautiful madness train, but today we're here to talk about its video game. That's right, released on November 4th of 2005, a day after series 5 of the show aired, a video game was created based off the show. And this little gem is called Ed, Edd and Eddy Jawbreakers. Wait, what? Wait, there's one for the Game Boy? And there's another one on the Nintendo DS? Huh, how come I've never heard of those games? Well anyway, I'm not here to talk about those games, no, I'm here to talk about this game. Ed, Edd and Eddy Mis-Edventures. Clever pun on the title there. And seriously, where the hell am I going? This is not right! This game was released on September 30th of 2005. Released onto many platforms like the PlayStation 2, Xbox, GameCube, Game Boy Advance, also on Microsoft Windows 2? Weird. The version we'll be looking at this time is the good old PS2. So the plot of the game is, well, the Eds being themselves really. Making up scams to get money off the other kids, trying to get involved into a party they weren't invited to, and other strange adventures. Oddly enough, the missions are sort of based off actual episodes from the show. Now that is kind of good. Also the graphics for the game are spot on, really catching the likeness of the show.
Do it, you sissy. Launch those water balloons.
Well, if it isn't dork, dork, and dorky. Be gone!
Oh god! Well, almost. Kevin's chin is just a masterpiece right here. I mean, look at that thing. The gameplay is very good and fun too. You can switch between all three Eds using them for various tasks. Like Ed being the strongest and the fastest, crushes things by pushing him and using his head. Huh. Double D.
Dust machine!
Okay. Who added that joke? Can use his knowledge of machines and other things and can attack with his ruler, I think, as well as being able to jump to higher areas thanks to Eddy and Ed, and using his slingshot to shoot from long distances, while Eddy uses a yo-yo to attack, and together form the Ed's Tower to reach high places. Now, I would make a Trump joke here, but unlike Trump and his tower, I have faith in the Ed's Tower more, because it works and is more trustworthy. The game in total has 6 missions to complete and 2 bonus missions, and the names of these missions are pure classic Ed, Edd and Eddy titles. Like the first one being called Cool You're Ed, then Pin the Tail on the Ed, Must Be Something I Ate, and Ed on Arrival. And of course the bonus missions follow suit. You can access the missions through the overworld, which is the cul-de-sac. And I will say they captured the cul-de-sac really well here. I mean, just look at it. It looks like I'm actually watching the show. Oh, honestly, the praising that this game gets from me isn't enough. The attention to detail is exquisite, and what helps the game more is having all the original voice actors from the show reprising their roles. But I will say this, even though the attention to detail is very good, what it lacks in gameplay is another story. What it offers in gameplay is not much, and sadly nothing original. It's roughly just a copy and paste in terms of gameplay, with only a few slight variations in the manner of how to complete the levels. At some point it becomes a little boring and a little repetitive. With collectibles, you are collecting colourful eggs from chickens which you have to chase, some clothes for a bonus mission, and of course jawbreakers, which you can find in all of the levels or in the park area of the main massive sweep machine that's in the park. Again, a reference from the show, and the only way to get the rest of the jawbreakers is by collecting the coins, which can be sometimes found in boxes and other things. Like I said, sometimes. Sadly, you get nothing from collecting all these apart from the fact of the 2 bonus missions that I mentioned earlier, and knowing that you've got a 100% complete file.
Wish I knew what to buy for you on your birthday.
Oh, good. Oh. Guess I'm doing it here then. And it's a real shame too, because this game has so much potential, and I can see it being so much more with adding replayability stuff added to it, like maybe episodes from the shows as reward, concept art, and so much more. Which in the end leaves me feeling a little empty-handed with playing this game. Now don't get me wrong, this isn't a bad game, because as a kid I loved this game, and still do, but it sadly isn't that enjoyable to play more than once, and it ain't that fulfilling to complete it all the way through. Also, those visuals are sometimes so terrifying.
Eddie, please. You're frightening the poor lad.
I stuck my tongue in a bathtub drain once.
Okay, here's an example of how I feel about this game.
I got him, Eddie! Almost there, Eddie!
I think that sums up my feelings for the game pretty well, don't you?
Banana flavor, Eddie! Wanna bite? Hold that thought.
Ow! Okay, I get it. So to summarise, this game is just okay. Not bad, not good, but a gem nonetheless for Eddy and Eddy fans, including myself. Now, if you excuse me, with that game out of the way, I'm going to enjoy the sun.